Hello everyone, this is Nitya. Today I want to talk about the importance of movement and connecting with your whole body. If you're a man and you want to elevate your love-making skills and begin to experience so much more fulfilling sex and so much more pleasure. So when we talk about sex generally, it's very much often focused on the genitals. And the guys that I work with in my sex and intimacy coaching practice, very often, first of all, they're thinking about improving the sex skills. It has to do with the genitals, right? So while that is also important, there is this massive piece of the puzzle which has to do with getting in touch with your whole body that is very often forgotten. So this is where I focus a lot of energy with these men who really want to elevate themselves as lovers. So if you're looking, for instance, let's start here. So the benefits with getting in touch with your body when it comes to lovemaking there's quite a few of them. So firstly, just for yourself, to get in touch with your ability to move and be present and be embodied in your body, it's going to bring you in touch with so much more sensitivity and experiencing so much more feelings and sensations and pleasure in your body. If you have learned, like most men, to move in quite rigid ways when you grow up and all through life, you will have limited also your capacity to feel through your body, as some parts of your body have become so rigid that they become a bit numb. And the great thing is that we can change this and we can begin to wake up the body again by connecting with it and bringing our awareness and movement and breath to those areas of the body. And so first of all, for yourself as a man, this is about you allowing yourself to begin to experience your own body so much more. So that's the important part of the puzzle. And the other part is that by being in touch with your body when it comes to making love with a woman, it gives you so much more potential to make love with her in a way that has so much more color and nuances to it than if you are very rigid in your body. And a classic example here is the plank version of lovemaking, which we very much see in the porn. And it's an all too common way for men who are rigid in their bodies to make love, which is that kind of, this kind of lovemaking style that is very limited both for the man and the woman when it comes to experience the full capacity of pleasure through the body. So I don't think there's any woman in this world who wouldn't rather make love with a man who is really flexible and fluid and strong in his hips and his whole body than a man who is doing that plank version thing. And also to gain access to your body and mobility in your body and to become embodied is important for your general well-being, because you will awaken your organs and the blood flow and everything and strengthen yourself in ways that will affect your general health in many ways. And when it comes to your ejaculation mastery, for example, this is also a very important part, because the more flexibility and strength and awareness you have in your pelvis, the easier it will be for you to become really aware of your arousal level and thus being able to control and master your ejaculations. So so there's 3 steps today that I want to show you. I'm actually going to show you how we can approach this, because I know this is very confronting for a lot of men because the way they've been brought up. So in our culture, men are not encouraged to move in sensual ways. They're encouraged to move in very rigid, sort of masculine ways. And women, they're more allowed to be sensual. And if we look at gay men, for instance, a lot of them are more flexible and fluid in their bodies. And a lot of the rest of us and the rest of the men could really learn from seeing how these men are moving and learning to get in touch with their own body the same way, because this is where the key is to experiencing more pleasure and elevating your lovemaking skills. So the 3 steps I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you with a little bit of music because that makes it easier. So the 3 steps are, firstly, is about finding a space that's private. because I know that this is confronting for a lot of men. So you're probably not going to do it if there's people around, and so have a space to yourself is very important. And the second step is about your position and how you begin to get in touch with this. And the third one is just about getting into it. So I'm going to show you now here with a bit of music. I found some nice Brazilian music on YouTube. So I'm going to show you how to do this. And by the way, there's no set way. I hate set ways when it comes to movement. I'm a free dancer. And you can do this any way you want, but it can help you by seeing how I start this. And you can do that too. So first of all, have a space where you are undisturbed and put some music on, just like this. And the second step is place your feet hips width apart and bend your knees slightly. And when you bend your knees slightly and loosen the knees, you'll feel immediately that your hips somehow become looser. All of a sudden your hips are more flexible, they can move a little bit. So it's important to have the knees slightly bent and relax, which frees up your hips instantly. And here you also allow your breath to be deep inside your belly. So the big Buddha belly when you're breathing in, and on the out breath, the belly can come back in. So allow your breaths to be deep into the belly. And the third step is about getting into it. So all spontaneous here, guys. This is such a great thing to do for yourself. For yourself, first of all, and for your lovemaking skills. Wow, works wonders. So with the music and the hips loose, this is a great way to start. And from here, you can play with this in so many different ways to have fun and loosen up your hips, gaining control in your pelvis, gaining mastery of your ejaculations, and beginning to experience so much more pleasure through the body, through the whole body. Our sexual energy is ours, and it's to be experienced in us through the whole body at all different times, not just when we're having sex. So this is all for today. Get into the movement, guys, and any questions in the comments. Okay, I hope you like this. Talk to you later.